Hello and welcome Universe Mode. This is NXT Takeover Orlando. WrestleMania may be tomorrow night and I know we cannot wait for it. But before then, we go across the road from that stadium and we watch as the NXT brand puts on an absolute spectacle for us here tonight. So many great matches to talk about. We don't have time to talk about them because the card wants to get underway right away, and I wanted to get underway right away. We're going to be talking about the three biggest matches, I would argue, heading into this show. And yes, they are all title matches, but that's just something that happens. You see right there, you can see for the what we're going to see to start the show off here tonight. I'm sorry, I'm getting giddy, I'm getting excited, I'm making mistakes. The NXT Tag Team titles up for grabs here tonight to kick things off on TakeOver. It is the final match potentially in this feud between SAnitY and American Alpha. It will be decided here, the NXT Tag Team titles. Both teams need this win more than the other. Both teams can also not afford to lose more than the other. Neither want to suffer the loss. Both want that sweet, sweet victory, but only one can of course get their hands on it. Which one will walk out of Orlando with those tag team titles? I can only wait to find out. We then move on to our next contest. It's a triple threat match for the NXT Global Championship. Three men who have all had problems and issues with one another look to resolve it within that ring for that title. Kurt Angle, who's been the champion since September, looks to hold on for that belt and looks to bring pride to it again. But he has got two tough challenges around the corner in the world's largest athlete, The Big Show, and the bruiserweight Pete Dunne. Make no mistake about it, those guys aren't going to be buddy-buddy with each other either. Pete Dunne is the reason why this match is a triple threat, but has he caused more problems than he can fix, and is he going to pay for it by being unable to become NXT champion here tonight? While all of that is, of course, while those matches are there, the main one, the big one that everyone knows and wants to talk about is the NXT Championship, and what a main event it is scheduled to be. Hiroshi Tanahashi versus Coren for that title. These two men absolutely despise one another. Polar opposites of one another, I think is the best way to describe them, and they meet in this ring here tonight. They meet to do battle. They meet with a vengeance with one another. Back and forth they have traded attacks on one another. Back and forth they have traded punches. Back and forth they even traded words. But tonight it all comes to a head as the Ace and the egotistical Coren collide one-on-one for that title. And if Coren thinks about using a weapon, if he grabs a weapon, if he uses the weapon, if he gets himself DQ'd in any way, that title is gone from him and on to Tanahashi. His back is up against the wall. He forced this to happen, and now we see if he pays the price or if he finds another way to hold on to that title. I'm done talking now. I'm done hyping up the show. Let's get into it. TakeOver is underway. And what better way to kick things off here for TakeOver than with this matchup. A matchup that we've been waiting so very long for. And it seems as if we couldn't wait any longer because it will be decided here tonight. SAnitY and American Alpha face to face finally to decide this once and for all. Who will be the NXT Tag Team Champions coming out of NXT TakeOver Orlando? Well, the answer is on its way right now for us. We have waited for this one as far back as TakeOver Toronto, as far back as November. And finally, the answer beckons our call. Is this the time where SAnitY finally become the Tag Team Champions? Or will this be the time where American Alpha defy the odds, defy everyone? Well, not really the odds, but defy the belief that they couldn't beat SAnitY? And finally pull this off once and for all. They've got to put them away for good, I think. This is the match to decide this whole feud. This is the one that finishes the series. This is essentially Game 7 right now between these two teams. They need to finish, and they need to finish strong. A roll-up like we saw at TakeOver San Antonio in the Tag Team Turmoil matchup won't suffice. A DQ finish here will not suffice. SAnitY or American Alpha need to win by a decisive victory, be that pinfall or submission. And it's just a matter of time of finding out which side it will be. You see SAnitY here up on the apron. Eric Young and Killian Dane will be in this matchup. Sawyer Fulton will stand at ringside, but make no mistake about it, Oh, all these three men want to get their hands on American Alpha. And especially over these last few weeks, it has been building and brewing. We've seen SAnitY take cheers to lone members of American Alpha. We saw American Alpha return the favor a little over a week ago with a grand amplitude, with a blindsiding attack on SAnitY and a grand amplitude to them. We saw American Alpha win the 6-man tag on NXT before this show. And now we look to see who closes out Game 7 and who takes home the titles to show their success. And here they are, the duo of American Alpha. The longest reigning current champions in this universe, held those belts since August, the night before SummerSlam more specifically. And they look to continue on that incredible accolade that they currently have going for them. Will that be achieved here tonight though? Well, we get ready to find out. It's been a little over, 7 months now they've been champions. They look to head towards 8. They've got to go through SAnitY, and I wonder, after this is all said and done, what competition lies in the wait, because I don't think there should be a rematch, to be fair, between these two teams should SAnitY win. I think that should settle it once and for all. There have been so many matches that I just don't think there's another match that can, I just don't think another match is needed to close this out. This is the decider. And this is a great way to kick off NXT Takeover as well. These teams stand opposite from one another. You see there Eric Young and Killian Dane, the scowl on the face of Eric Young, the hatred he has for American Alpha. No raising of the arms, just a glare towards American Alpha, who are happy to look back, but with the titles on their shoulders. What will happen here tonight when NXT TakeOver Orlando kicks off its in-ring action? What will we see these teams break out to hold on or become NXT Tag Team Champions? That is what we are about to find out. American Alpha in high spirits. SAnitY looking to cause chaos here to kick off TakeOver. It is all set to build to a crescendo right here, right now, and that peak is on its way. The referee raises up the titles. Those are on the line. NXT TakeOver has officially begun. Right now, we are underway in this one. And it's Chad Gable starting things off against Eric Young. And what's interesting to see, given the animosity, the bad blood that has spilled over, is Chad Gable so far so kind of slow in a way. He doesn't want to swing himself out. I think he knows that Gable might know for his own sake this is a matter more of endurance than anything else. But that doesn't matter to Eric Young as he finally gets out of the way of a move there and can go on the offense. Missed that dropkick, comes in with a Luthez press and just starts now wailing away at the head of Chad Gable. The US Olympian just being clubbed into now by Eric Young to get us underway. And you know he is priding himself right now on his work. But Chad Gable quick to fight back there. Be interesting to see what tactics these teams employ. I mean, SAnitY's tactic may just well be just, go out there and just cause mayhem. Just, throw everything at the wall and see what sticks. But American Alpha have to be calculated. They know on a majority of the occasions they've been in the ring with SAnitY, they've come off on the worst end. They've got to do something here tonight to change that record around. And we're seeing from the get-go Gable and Eric Young having a right back and forth battle with one another. Up to the top rope now goes EY, looking to take flight. Oh, overshot with that crossbody. If I was Chad Gable right now, I'd look to make the tag into Jason Jordan. He didn't, and he pays for it. Quick tags could well be the name of this game. The name of this tag team matchup. The tag is made there by SAnitY. And the brute that is Killian Dane now has entered the fray. Chad Gable in trouble. Hoofed off with that powerbomb. Dumped down with the elbow that follows. Killian Dane right from the get-go here. with the power moves to Chad Gable to set him off his course. Jason Jordan wants that tag, but Killian Dane is just denying it every single second that goes by. Counter there by Gable. He needs to make a tag here after this. He needs to get him in the turnbuckle. I'd say a double team move, but it's more important that Gable just gets out of the ring and allows a fresh body to be in there. And finally that has happened. Jason Jordan, the man who could be seen as the brute of American Alpha tags, in now. Certainly, I would argue the powerhouse, maybe not so much the brute. Look at the strength here. Speaking of brute, just held him there like he was nothing before that. Incredible strength by Killian Dane there. SAnitY are looking to be going full steam ahead. They haven't rested. They're not looking to wear out their opponents. They're looking to go after them from the opening bell until the last one. Eric Young now back in off the tag. Saw these guys in singles action a few weeks ago. It ended abruptly when Eric Young forced out the other two members of SAnitY and they started wailing away on Jordan with a chair. Jason Jordan, though, remembers that. And he's using it as a bit of his spurring on to fight back here, clubbing the punches away into the face of Eric Young now, and here comes the strength of this man. Hoofs him up onto that power slam position like it was nothing and dumps him down there. We've seen American Alpha get a little bit more desperate to get under the skin of SAnitY, and I think that was another example of it there, resorting to not really underhanded tactics, but I guess tactics that you wouldn't expect from American Alpha. What a suplex back in the ring there by Eric Young, though. Now he's just starting to mess around with Jason Jordan. Got him with a clothesline there and goes into the cover. I think that's the first cover of this matchup. And it results in a kick out. And a big knee in the face to follow up after it. Eric Young not too happy seeing Jason Jordan kick out. Oh boy, powerbomb. Just launched him across the air. Not just any kind of powerbomb, but a dangerous one at that. Just left essentially to free fall back to the mat. Killian Dane, meanwhile, as I was talking about that, just got tagged in here by Eric Young, and Jason Jordan all of a sudden has found an awakening with him. Here goes Jordan now. I don't know where he's got this fight back from, but he's found it, and Dane is sent spilling over to the top rope into the outside here. Jason Jordan does not wait. He quickly goes after him. Oh, this is going to be bad on the outside for one of them. Oh, maybe neither. Dane could have gone for something big there, but decided against it. The outside plays to SAnity's mantra, far better than American Alpha. This is where they like to be. This is how they can cause chaos. Counter, though, by Jason Jordan. Oh, and he runs Dane's back into that LED board, baby. Look at that mini screen, and the count keeps going now. Jason Jordan now returning to the ring at the count of 7 here, and he chooses to restart the count. Jordan ain't finished here with Dane. Make no mistake about it. American Alpha and SAnitY have got too much going on to let a count out finish this off. Oh my God, head first though went Jordan into that ring pole. That looked painful. That could have been a changing part of this matchup. And Killian Dane here will pick up where he just left off outside of the ring. Going to bring him down now with a wasteland. Chad Gable wants that tag in and he's going to get it now. Jordan and his head bouncing off that ring pole may be enough to make the tag. But Dane won't fall over right now. Drops to one knee. Chad Gable hoping he had enough there. Oh, but the only thing he's had enough of is running into Killian Dane's head. A running headbutt there. Not even a running, just a headbutt in general by Dane. And the tag is made once more. Eric Young, the legal member of this matchup. And from behind there, leaping neck breaker. Just seeing SAnitY working so fluid as a tag team right now to try and deny every chance they can for American Alpha to hope to hold on to those belts. And there's a move that we'll be seeing later on tonight as well. Eric Young, though, wanted a little piece of it here tonight. right now even. In the turnbuckle we go, looking for the tag there, but Gable denies it. Going to send him back now into American Alpha's corner. Jason Jordan only just recovered from being on the outside, but yet Gable will make the tag into him here. This might be, I think this is the first double team move that American Alpha have hit in this match so far. SAnitY have been working far better with the back and forth tags. What can Jordan do here though to keep this highly contested? What can he do to sway the favor maybe over into American Alpha's direction? He's going to use his power to his advantage there. Deadlift gut wrench suplex. Looking for some kind of belly to belly. Smart counter there by EY. Brought him down using his own momentum against him. Eric Young now to the top rope. Will stand in SAniTY's corner to do it. Eric Young went for the elbow drop and missed it. But he's right back up to his feet there, and right back after Jason Jordan, and once more we see the tag out there. In comes Killian Dane, and here comes the receipt of that power bomb and the elbow drop after it to Jason Jordan. Killian Dane right now moving at full steam ahead. Oh, look at this now. Got something else dangerous planned in his mind. The Brute is just using all of the power moves he can muster up right now. Wasteland and a senton splash. But Jason Jordan finally able to get a counter. Finally able to get something there for American Alpha. Back suplex that follows it. Eric Young trying to call for the tag there, but that ain't going to happen. Jason Jordan has other plans in mind. Into the turnbuckle of American Alpha. You know what's incoming. Grand amplitude. And late on the cover was Gable, and that allowed Eric Young to blitz his way in and break this one up. Gable, interesting that he went for the cover after the move was hit and didn't immediately try and hook the legs as per usual. I don't know what the reason for that was, but it could have cost him. But once more, Eric Young calling to Dane for the tag there. But Dane just didn't have it in him to make that tag. Dane counters though. And this time, oh, he gets a boot in the face for his troubles and a knee in the back there by Chad Gable. Eric Young desperately wants back in this matchup, and Killian Dane is trying to help him out. But Chad Gable is doing his best to deny it right now, sending him back towards the corner of American Alpha. Counter by Dane here. Neither man can tag in, neither team can tag in, and neither team can tag out. Finally, it's happened. Oh God, this is looking dangerous. Powerbomb, elbow drop combination. Eric Young hopes it's enough to win the tag team titles here. 1, 2, whoa, early kick out there by Gable. But Eric Young sees that as something to take into his stride, something to use to keep on going in this matchup here. Make sure that Gable won't be kicking out at 1 any longer, and he is now brutalizing him. Move after move being struck there. Countering the turnbuckle. Gable swings away. And look at this now by Gable. Yanking on the arm of Eric Young there. In that armbar position. Using the ropes to his advantage. It is smart. But he had to get back in the ring before Fulton got his hands on him. And found himself against the clock. And that worked to Eric Young's advantage. Death Valley Driver. Tag has been made into Chad Gable, into Killian Dane now. In the turnbuckle. Oh, what was that by a little bit of miscommunication almost there by SAnitY. But Killian Dane will continue where he had picked up previously. He turns around Chad Gable and he hoists him up for the Ulster Plantation now. The very move that looked to win them the titles at TakeOver. Back in Toronto, can win it for them here tonight. And it will. SAnitY are the Tag Team Champions of NXT. They have done it. They have seen through American Alpha and they have closed out Game 7 here. SAnitY are the Tag Team Champions, but they'd rather celebrate with themselves and celebrate with the gold right now. But do not mistake this for anything. These are your new NXT Tag Team Champions, and this has reached its final chapter. This has closed out as SAnitY finally are victorious. Eric Young and Killian Dane, the new NXT Tag Team Champions. What does this mean for the rest of the champions here tonight? We'll find out as we progress, but that was a great way to kick things off. An interesting new tag team champions on our hands. Where do we go from here? We'll find out in the tag team division, but we know where we're going up right next, because it is going to be Falls Count anyway between two harsh rivals looking to settle a score that has been, much like SAnitY and American Alpha, been waiting to be settled for a while. Up next, No Way Jose, Big Cass, Falls Count anyway. And here we have reached this matchup here. Certainly a far more interesting predicament than I think we originally expected this one to be. This one was really set in stone to happen at NXT Takeover San Antonio, but Big Cass claimed that he had some sort of issue, meaning that he couldn't. And that he had an injury or was ill or something along those lines, but make no mistake about it, Big Cass is here tonight. There's nowhere to turn, nowhere to go from now. It is locking horns with No Way Jose in this Falls Count Anywhere matchup. Big Cass, of course, removed himself of Enzo Amore as quick as he could to start things off in this series of Universe. Upon the debut and the arrival of No Way Jose, made the claim that Jose reminds him of Enzo Amore. So it was time to get rid of him and time for everyone to learn why this is going to be Big Cass's NXT. Well, tonight he gets the chance to shut everyone up, myself included, and prove that that is really the case. He gets the chance to send No Way Jose back the way he came and put him in the same box that he put Enzo Amore in. Of course, to do that, he's got to overcome this man. He may be all about leading the conga line, he may be about a fiesta, but when it comes to that ring, this man is serious. It is No Way Jose. And this Orlando crowd is certainly getting with his music. And who can blame them? It's contagious. It gets you moving. The one thing that'll certainly get No Way Jose moving is when the bell rings and he is in that ring with Big Cass and he gets to use whatever he wants, whatever is legal. It was Jose, I believe, who put this stipulation out there. So I think he is definitely going to want to use this to his advantage. Because with this match being Falls Count Anywhere, it could end anywhere. It could end down the ramp that No Way Jose just absolutely smashed some moves out to. Could end in the crowd. It could end where No Way Jose was currently jigging. Could end on, well, it can't really end on that apron, but hypothetically it could. Could end anyway. It's just all about who gets that winning pinfall or submission. No Way Jose, though, feeling in good spirits. And the Orlando crowd is with him on this one, certainly seems to be the case. Big Cass just trying to not pay attention to him, trying to zone himself out. And is looking for, I guess, to get in his zone. Looking to not have to think about No Way Jose for these few seconds. No Way Jose, meanwhile, is taking in the full effect of this Orlando crowd. He has waited his time. He has waited patiently to get his hands on this man. And so it begins. The bell rings and we are underway here. And Jose immediately comes clubbing in there with some shots for Big Cass. But Big Cass looks to return them here. Some strikes coming in the early phase from both men here. And it kind of surprises you. You don't notice it until you're in the ring with No Way Jose, just how tall this man really is. Afro not included. Counter there by Big Cass early on. And look at this now. The clubbing away begins by Big Cass. And he is certainly looking like he wants to take advantage of this Falls Count Anywhere stipulation. Primarily the no disqualification aspect of it. Oh my God! No Way Jose better hope that Afro can cover him. from damages like that, because Big Cass has waited his turn to pull off something like this. Chair shots to Jose repeatedly there to the head and the legs, and now a DDT onto the chair. Big Cass acting quickly and into a quick cover, but Jose powers out early on. Big Cass, though, will waste little time in dictating the pace of this matchup and bringing them to the outside. The referee's got to go with them. He's bringing the chair as well. What a rebel. Oh, this is going to hurt. No way. Jose down on that steel barricade. Don't know if that was his jaw or his chest or his neck. Something was just slammed right into that, and it's not getting any easier for him now. Held up in the corner and punches clubbing away at his face there by Big Cass. Jose right now is just being brutalized on the outside. He needs to do something to fight back here pretty quickly. Otherwise, he is going to be in a state where it is too late to fight back. Oh, he's going to do it again here. Oh, that is definitely his jaw smashing into that steel barricade. Big Cass is in total control of this matchup right now. And Big Cass has seen somewhere he likes, and he wants No Way Jose to come with him here, and indeed he will. They're brawling up to that corner there, but Jose has grabbed a hold of Big Cass here and is taking control. We got all sorts of just tat up here, essentially. A steel chair, equipment boxes, a trash can, got a baseball bat down by there as well. Is this where they're storing the weapons for tomorrow night's WrestleMania? May well be the case. Oh God, that time it's just the head being smashed into the steel barricade. Big Cass using his power advantage over Jose now. Oh, and he's going to the equipment box, and oh my goodness, power bombed him down onto it. Big Cass hoping that's enough to finish Jose, but No Way Jose says otherwise. Big Cass now with trash can in hand. He wants Jose to get up here. He is waiting. He is pacing himself back and forth as Jose recovers from the beating he has withstood thus far. Big Cass is ready to strike with it. Jose, though, kicks it away from him and drops it down surprisingly. Does he have something else that he wants to use here? I think he wants to use the other equipment box, maybe. Nope, he's taking him somewhere. Jose just grabbing onto him there for some time, but Big Cass eventually fights his way out of it. This is becoming much more now just about punching each other than it is anything else. Oh, what an uppercut there by No Way Jose. Staggered Big Cass some way back. The knee now in the gut. Big Cass swings back though, and Jose goes stumbling backwards. I don't think I copped onto it until just now, but I think at some stage No Way Jose must have got busted open. I imagine it was when it was his face going into that barricade. Uppercut now, and these two men are just slugging it out with one another right here. Another uppercut there to Big Cass. The knee being struck in the gut. Cass is stumbling here, trying to swing back at No Way Jose, who all of a sudden has found a second wind within him. Back over the barricade we go. And back near the ring we go. We're not quite in it yet, let's be fair. No Way Jose with a pop-up punch there. Does he hope that's enough to put Big Cass behind him? Oh, he's not looking for the cover just yet. Big Cass, though, throws him back in the ring and is taking the steel steps in his hands now. Jose seems anxious to meet him halfway, and oh, was that so wise? Was that such a smart idea by No Way Jose? Just got blasted with those. Look at the blood now pouring down the skull, pouring down the face of No Way Jose. But he sends Big Cass into the ropes, into the steel steps there. Cass, though, looking to retaliate with a bit of his own to No Way Jose. Oh, God! No Way Jose picked this stipulation, and Big Cass has a surefire made more of an advantage of it than Jose, but Jose still fighting back here. Overhead belly to belly. Gonna look for that cut, gonna look for the Cobra Clutch Slam now to try and finish up Big Cass here. He's hoping for it. And he nails it! Has he done enough to put this all behind him? There's 2. And oh, Big Cass kicked out. No Way Jose is losing a lot of blood there. His face has truly become a crimson mask. But he will still fight on, but so too will Big Cass, make no mistake about that. And here we go for the first time this matchup. One of the signature moves of Big Cass will come out now. The Empire Elbow down into the chest. And while that can be followed up with the East River Crossing, it seems as if No Way Jose is going to have to wait for that receipt. And be slammed onto those steps there. How much more punishment can Jose take? Look at the 2 men. Jose's looks like he's been to a battlefield. Big Cass just looks fine. The blood on him is not his, it's No Way Jose's. Big Cass was not lying when he said he looked to get rid of No Way Jose. Good God, this is getting all a bit too much now, and Cass looks to close it out. East River Crossing. 1, 2, and oh, just barely. Jose kicks out. And Big Cass now starting to get irate, but No Way Jose using that to his advantage there. He fights back, and he's somehow able to bring him up to onto his shoulders there for that fireman's carry sent on. No Way Jose calling upon the Orlando crowd here to will him on. Jose proving that he ain't giving up. But he ain't going to stop fighting. No matter what state he is in. Cass is crawling there. And in some ways crawling away from No Way Jose. What does he want to do here? Could kick him in the balls. That would be as legal as he likes. But instead he goes for the gut. And off the ropes now goes No Way Jose. Oh, look at that. Even after this beating, he's still got a little pizzazz with him with that leg drop. After all the weapons that he's used, No Way Jose wants to do this by his own 2 hands. But he can't put away Big Cass that easy. Cass keeps on fighting back at every moment that Jose hopes he has control. What a competitive slugfest this has been by these 2 men. Power slam now. Oh my God, Big Cass is going up to the top rope here. 7 foot, taking it up high. This is dangerous for both men. Cass, shoulder tackle into Jose. Hoping it's enough to finish this one. 1, 2, hold. Jose still kicking out. Big Cass picks up an almost lifeless No Way Jose there. You fear that No Way Jose, the lights within him and the dance party is starting to fade. The music is starting to dim within him. It's starting to fade out, and there's not much hope left of him surviving on. Jose, though, where did he come out with this? Cobra Clutch Slam again! Jose into the cover! 2! No Way Jose! Beat Big Cass! That was the hardest fight of his career, but it was worth it for this. The sweet feeling of victory as the blood pours over his forehead. No Way Jose, though, is your winner. He overcame Big Cass. Cass wanted to put him away, but No Way Jose took everything Big Cass could dish out, took all the weapons, took all the moves, and shut him up there. But at what cost? No Way Jose was brutalized as a result of this matchup, but he is your winner. And just proved that he may be fun and games before the ring, but when the match begins, it is serious. It is everything to No Way Jose, and he just showed that he's willing to risk everything to get a win. Great stuff there by Jose, but Cass came awfully close to proving us all wrong and shutting him up, us up. And the only voice we would have heard was his, but it didn't happen. No Way Jose is your winner. Anyway, after that big-time matchup between those two men, we're going to move on now to the NXT Women's Division, what should be a competitive matchup in its own right. It is a singles match. It is two women who are different ends of the spectrum in regards to what they believe in. Kairi Sane, the wholesome NXT Women's Champion, wants to keep building and growing this brand and this division. Tessa, Blanchard and Trifecta do not believe in that. They want it to be about themselves. They want it to be about those three women, and tonight they have the chance for that to become reality. All Tessa Blanchard has to do is beat Kairi Sane and become NXT Women's Champion. Can she do it? We'll find out up next. We have already seen one title change hands tonight. Could we see two is the big question. And could this be the woman to bring in that second title change? She is alone here tonight. Tessa Blanchard has told Trifecta she will do this by herself. It has been one hell of a time for Blanchard ever since she made her debut. She has been on the end of just getting people to talk about it non-stop, be it her debut, be it the attacks that she did, be it immediately aligning herself with fellow debutee, the alpha female Jazzy Gabert, and then of course forming Trifecta after she became the #1 contender for the NXT Women's Championship. Herself, Jazzy Gabert, and Santana Garrett look to run roughshod over the NXT Women's Division, but tonight, for that to all become a reality, it starts with 1, 2, 3 over Kairi Sane. Sane has fought to preserve the NXT Women's Division, to make it a division for everyone. Blanchard, of course, wants it to be a division about them. We've seen these two women have altercations on more than one occasion, that's for certain. We've seen them square off with each other on more than one occasion. But before we came into TakeOver, the last sight we saw these two women was Tessa Blanchard standing over Kairi Sane with a kendo stick in hand. That does not mean that weapons are legal in this matchup, because they sure as hell aren't. But it does mean that both women are going to go brutal with one another in order to be NXT Women's Champion. And here comes the champ herself. She has held that belt now for a little over 4 months since winning it in a shocker, in a way, from Nikki Cross at TakeOver Toronto. Not Toronto, sorry. No, yeah, Toronto. And now Kairi Sane looks to take on another tough challenger. She's been through the iconic duo. She had to go through Billie Kay, who had defeated her on 3 occasions beforehand. And now tonight, she has to overcome Tessa Blanchard. But make no mistake about it, win or lose for Sane, I think this is only just the beginning of the saga between Trifecta and the NXT Women's Division. There are 3 women who can have a crack at Kairi Sane. But as I said on NXT, there is only one Kairi Sane. But in a good way. There may be 3 women. There may be 3 of Trifecta. But there is one Kairi Sane. As she has proven on more than one occasion, she can hang with the very toughest and the most brutal of them all. Can she overcome Tessa Blanchard here tonight to be the first champion to retain their title at NXT TakeOver Orlando? We are about to find out. That is what it is all about there. That crown that Kairi Sane looks to keep hers, and Tessa Blanchard looks to bring home to Trifecta. They stand face to face with one another, and the lights come down. Tessa Blanchard eyeing up her opponent just before the bell rings here. Looking to get under her skin in any way that she can. Kairi Sane, meanwhile, looking full of, almost full of, not anger necessarily, but no, I'm actually going to go with anger. Aggravation. She wants this to start right now, so she can finish the job with Tessa Blanchard. It'll only be the start of this Trifecta saga, win or lose, but these two women are ready to square off. Referee must be lucky that they decided to not swing at one another. And with that, the bell rings, and here we go. And Sane couldn't wait. After NXT, she had to jump right out of the gates and go after Blanchard. But that seems to be exactly what Tessa Blanchard wanted there. And she goes after the arm of Kairi Sane. Not the arm for the insane elbow, but an arm nonetheless. Let's see what will happen here. as both women look to try and overcome the other. And Blanchard from the early go is trying to play some mind games with Kairi Sane. Lifts her head up to have her kick out. And oh, Kairi Sane didn't take too kindly to that one though. Stumbled her way there after missing that knee, and Blanchard just grabbed the hair. Tessa Blanchard won an 8-woman battle royal to earn this right, and she's looking to make good on her promise to make NXT and the NXT Women's Division about trifecta. Sane with an early cover of her own, which forces Blanchard to have to kick out here. Didn't get all of that knee that time, but enough to bring Blanchard down off her feet. Kick in the back now. Let's see what else Sane can bring out here in this one, but seems not to be the case, because Blanchard just stopped that one dead in its tracks. Lifts her up there into that sit-out powerbomb position. Hard move. Crushing move. Cover after it here, hoping that it's done enough to capture the title, but that got a 2 count this early on. Blanchard up on that second rope now, looking to fly, and again counter there by Sane. Very much so a back and forth kind of scenario we're finding ourselves in. Neither woman able to gain the high ground over the other. Countered there, whatever Blanchard was looking for, did Kairi Sane. Look at the strength of her there to hit that power bomb. Referee right in for the cover, but Blanchard still kicking out early on. Arm thrusts there, and the strikes now of Kairi Sane are coming out to play here. Santana Garrett felt these on NXT. And for the first time this matchup, Kairi Sane will go up high. Is she thinking insane elbow this early? Well, if she was, Blanchard deliberately sat herself up to deny it, and Kairi Sane, as a result, has to come off the top rope. But she goes after the arm right now at Tessa Blanchard. Might be thinking something through here. Might be trying to come up with some game plan. Just take away the arm of Blanchard, maybe. Or maybe just looking to wear down her opponent and think about where to go next. What stage does she go to next? Blanchard doesn't give her the opportunity to think for too long, however, as she's countering. Single underhook DDT! Signature move of Blanchard. Usually she follows through with Magnum, but on that occasion she did not. Counters though. Back suplex to Sane. And a senton splash as well. Tessa Blanchard now has Kairi Sane in deep waters, but she ain't looking to finish it. She's taking it to the ropes here, is Blanchard. Oh my, oh no, no, no. Oh, it's just hopped onto me. Oh no, 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 no. Blanchard with Sane. DDT on the apron. Good God. Blanchard and trifecta will throw caution to the wind, especially the opponent's caution, to become the women's champion. Kairi Sane might not even be able to stand after that one, but Tessa Blanchard ain't going to be feeling too guilty. Blanchard now going up to that top rope here. Oh my God, elbow drop into the back of Sane. And with every move that's hit, you start to feel that the title is slipping away from Kairi Sane. Oh, but Blanchard, what are you thinking there? Slapping Kairi Sane in the face will do you no good. And Kairi Sane just let you know that that is the case. She rushes back in the ring. Her head must be all over the place, but she's still fighting here. Kairi Sane could have been concussed by that one. And if that's the case, well, Tessa Blanchard could be on a fast ticket to the NXT Women's Championship. Sane needs to make sure that she does not allow Blanchard to go after the head anymore, because I'm thinking if she strikes Magnum at any point in this matchup now, that's it. It's over. Done. Sealed. We have a new NXT Women's Champion. Blanchard has been fighting incredibly. I have to give her credit, countering so many of Sane's maneuvers so far. Sane hasn't really hit anything big in this matchup. Tessa Blanchard has hit a flurry of big moves. Lariat there now, and finally Sane can look for something. Samoan driver here, and she gets it. Middle of the ring, looking to create some time with a cover, but an early kick out again. Irish whip in the corner now. What do we see here from Kairi Sane? Throws her out of the turnbuckle. Knee right in the back there. You see the way that Sane was moving around there, kind of hunched over, feeling the effects of this matchup, feeling the grueling nature that it has on her. Sane was just thinking, about whatever move she can hit. What a German suplex that one was to Blanchard there. Forearm shot now, and the strikes are flying in to Tessa Blanchard's face. Kairi Sane trying to start her comeback, but Tessa Blanchard is good to stop it. Elbows now, drilled into that face. Oh, she might have been looking for that DDT again. Sane did her best to counter out of it, however. And this match, once again, has swung into that back and forth nature that it was at the start. Kairi Sane has come back with some big moves, and she's thinking even bigger here. Oh my God, Sane gonna risk it all for the title. Up and over. Sane, what a leap. She may have caught the rope, but she still cleared that top rope and brought herself down on Tessa Blanchard. What a move by Kairi Sane. Can it lead her in the direction of the NXT Women's Championship, though? Sane is fatigued. That move took so much out of her that she couldn't capitalize right away. She couldn't hope to put away Blanchard there. Saito suplex now. And Blanchard ain't moving. Kairi Sane hopes that this is enough. She goes up high. Insane elbow. What a comeback this will be if it happens. 1, 2. No, Blanchard kicks out after everything. What a fight this has been. And Sane now mustering up any move she can to retain the title. Backstabber and a kick out. Went for the palm thrust there. Got stuffed. Blanchard. Single underhook DDT again. She strikes with it. Sane somehow still able to fight back, however. I don't know how. Blanchard there caught her. Forearm shot. But it's a counter by Sane once again. Neither woman able to pull out a lead on another. What a kick there by Kairi Sane. And you can feel with how slow it is in between moves just how much of an effect these two women have had on the other. Oh, in the turnbuckle now. I dread to think what Blanchard may have had in mind there. And again we see Sane rolling up Blanchard, looking to beat her the same way she beat Garrett. And oh, she was close. Sane just had to swing back there. I don't think she wanted to, but she had no choice. Flurry of strikes there, and she collapses again. Both women are feeling the grueling effect of this match. Kairi Sane, though, wants to end it. Alabama slam. And she forces herself up to the top rope again. In position for the insane elbow. Is number 2 going to end it? 1, 2, 3. It took everything, but Kairi Sane has knocked off Tessa Blanchard only just and retains the NXT Women's Championship. What a fight. What a fight by these two women. I said this was only the start. This is only the first game of this series, and what an opener it was between these two women. Tessa Blanchard may not be done with this, and Kairi Sane may not be done with her. But one thing that is for certain on this night, Kairi Sane is still the NXT Women's Champion. And she celebrates with this Orlando crowd after one hell of a fight to earn it. As much as I have not agreed with the ways of Trifecta, I cannot disagree with the fact that here tonight, Tessa Blanchard put up her all and was inches away from being NXT Women's Champion. The future is looking bright for Trifecta, but so too is it looking bright for Kairi Sane and the NXT Women's Division. That is great to see. Speaking of the future, we have kind of a present, maybe guys slipping into the past now, taking on a guy set for the future. It is a grudge match between these two men. No weapons involved this time, but just wanting to beat the other one up. Coming up next, Kanellis against Tyler Bate. Tyler Bate has been the victim of assaults from Mike Kanellis over these last 2 weeks. This past NXT was a mental assault when he forced him to feel the wrath of the photo finish, but make no mistake about it, just over a week ago was a brutal assault, was a brutal beatdown by Mike Kanellis to Tyler Bate, an unnecessary in many ways assault. But it has resulted in what we see here tonight. It has resulted in this matchup here. Bate wants to shut Kanellis up. He wants to prove, like Kanellis came to NXT, set his sights on Tyler Bate and believed that he was overrated. That was why he first started messing around with him. Bate responded by interrupting in his match and then later on that night winning his own match. So asking, is he overrated now? And if he wanted to prove it, put up or shut up and face him a takeover. Kanellis with the brutal attack accepted. And the match has been set here tonight. This is more about wanting to prove one another in the ring than it is about wanting to earn respect or wanting to get a title shot out of this. It is just about simply wanting to shut the other one up. Here comes Mike Kanellis. The power of love is out here in Orlando as his wife Maria accompanies him to the ring. If things go to hell this tomorrow night, rather should I say, at WrestleMania, this man will still be the longest reigning ECW champion and the second longest reigning world champion of all time. It all depends on if that happens or not. As for tonight, however, Mike Kanellis has the opportunity to try and prove to us all that Tyler Bate truly is overrated, and the only man we should be paying attention to is this man, Mike Kanellis. And of course, don't forget, his wife Maria. But here we are in for this one. Let us get underway. Bell rings. There it is, and here we go. These two men, of course, this is about wanting to prove who the better wrestler is. The attacks by Kanellis, while uncalled for, have provoked Bate further, and that may well have done a good job of starting things off as well. Cheap shot there by Mike Kanellis now, but we're underway here. The 235-day ECW champion looking to get a better start here. And the very young Tyler Bate. I still believe he's only about 20, 21. That is incredible. Bate. Oh, what a German suplex by him there. Kanellis was looking to go soft almost for the most part. Tyler Bate just like, nah, not interested in that. But now you are forced at the side of Mike Kanellis that once led the NWO as Michael Bennett. That has won Money in the Bank. That has won the ECW Championship and held it for so long. That is one of the most, I wouldn't say dominant, but powerful superstars in his own right. His mental prowess was second to none. He played ECW like a fiddle for 4 months, acting as if he was fighting against the NWO, when in reality, he was the leader from the very start of it. But that was then, and this is now. And right now, Kanellis can't go thinking back to the days of the NWO. He's got to focus on this man right here. This man on the second rope, he was looking to fly at him. Tyler Bate, willing to risk it all, but didn't get the outcome he had sought out there. Mike Kanellis now, this is looking dangerous here, traps the arm there, and oh, what a lariat! Had his arm trapped in that hammerlock, so he couldn't counter out of it at all. But Bate is still able to kick out at a fairly early pace. Knee in the back now by Kanellis. But look at how quickly Bate is able to fight back. Again, we got a case of a very back and forth matchup on our hands. But neither man really is able to deny the other one from taking a firm bit of control in. Kanellis rolls out of the ring for the first time this match and will head over to his lovely wife Maria. Just reconciling her for a moment and send Bate away so he can have his moment with her. Maria probably just giving him some quick advice there, whispering something to him. Kanellis will make sure to follow up on those orders. Up on the shoulders now. Bate though able to counter with a hard elbow in the head. Enough to stagger Kanellis and give him room for that gut check there. Tyler Bate now in the turnbuckle, looking ready for something here. What does he have in mind? Oh, running enziguri. Maria getting involved right now, trying to find her some helping hand almost for her husband. And Bate took a moment to go to the crowd because he knew he couldn't get the pinfall. Did you see that there? Kanellis just moved out of the way of that punch at the last moment, and it ended up being the Bate struck the referee. Bate now starting to lash out a little bit. Flies in with that clothesline there. Maria has slid a chair into the ring as well, unbeknownst, I think, to the referee. And maybe even unbeknownst to the competitors. Kicking the leg and... Oh, Maria, you might want to move out of the way there. Back in the ring now goes both men. Oh, slammed him down on that chair though, did Mike Kanellis. Followed it up with an elbow drop. Vintage Mike Kanellis. That is for certain. Up on his shoulders here. Might have been thinking photo finish. Changed his mind at the last second and drills his face there into the turnbuckle pad. Kanellis just trying to mess with Bate's mind here as he keeps going. Oh, but he might not keep going for much longer. Kanellis is in position and ready to strike. Now he's going to look for the move that won him so many matches. Photo finish to Bate. And has his statement been proven true? 1, 2. No, Bate kicks out at 2. And you see the look on his face there. Mike Kanellis is stunned. And he keeps swinging now at Tyler Bate, who is not responding to these shots. Spoke too soon there, now he is. Tyler Bate in the gut there. Has he got something else in mind? Elbow in the back of the head now. Bate just started to swing away at Mike Kanellis. Had enough of the punishment, had enough of the berating, and had enough of this woman here, Maria, getting herself involved. Bate trying to get her off the apron. Kanellis, meanwhile, can't get up to his feet there quick enough. Rolls himself out of the way, but eats another elbow in the back of the head there. Bate into the turnbuckle now. What is he going to look for here? Seats him on that top rope, and oh, countered by Kanellis up high here. Not a place where Mike Kanellis likes to be. Just drops down and goes back to work, but oh, Bate swings back there. These two are just engaging in a slug out with one another. Tyler Bate, powerbomb there to Mike Kanellis. Does he have it in him to go for the Tyler driver? No, he's going to go to the turnbuckle again. First though, and prep up for this again. Kanellis stumbling his way into the step up enziguri. Oh, look at that one. That one might have even been more brutal than the first. Bate needs to go right after it here. And the golden opportunity could be on its way for Tyler Bate. Tyler driver. Maria watches on in shock and she gets herself involved. Referee could have... Oh, it's almost like Bate knew this was going to happen. Bate again. Another Tyler driver. And this cover, 1, 2, 3, will end it. Tyler Bate shuts up Mike Kanellis, shuts up Maria, proves he's not overrated, and has just beaten one of the most prolific names in this universe. If that's not the biggest win of Bate's career in this universe, then I don't know what is. That is a huge victory for Tyler Bate to take home with him, and that is one that he should celebrate from this moment onwards. What a win for Tyler Bate. He weathered the storm again, took that photo finish, but it was like he knew, it was like he telegraphed Maria would get involved and was ready for that second Tyler driver. Great fight and a great victory for Tyler Bate. One that he should cherish, as I said, heading forward in his career, and one that I think can really make something happen for him here in NXT. Great stuff all around. We're going to move on, though, from Bate's victory to our next contest. This one is going to be chaotic, I think, in many ways. This one's going to be very rough for all three participants. It is the NXT Global Championship. It is challengers Big Show and Pete Dunne looking to take the belt away from Kurt Angle. Will that happen or not? Well, we are in the midst of finding out. Because up next, that is going to happen. This is going to be a big one. This is going to be one where all three men will risk it, but only one will walk out on top. We'll find out who it's going to be up next. And so here it is. This triple threat has been building up ever since TakeOver San Antonio, and once again, it comes to a head here tonight. And here's the first man out, the challenger at TakeOver San Antonio, and the one, to be fair, with the biggest momentum, no pun intended. Big Show has victories over both champion and challenger on NXT, and in a way there is no reason for that, why Big Show shouldn't walk out with the NXT Global Championship. However, you never know what combustible elements can happen here in this triple threat match. Maybe Dunne and Angle will team up to take care of Big Show and leave it just as a one-on-one. Or maybe we'll see Big Show just go through the pair of them like with ease rather, like they're bugs, and be leaving with the NXT Global Championship. It is all a bit too tough to tell right now. Victories have said one thing, but a triple threat can say another. And here comes the man who is the reason why this is a triple threat matchup. As I said, Big Show was the #1 contender at TakeOver San Antonio, but the match did not end thanks to this man's interruption. Took away the chance. The match was still going on. Big Show was still within a fighting shot, really, of becoming champion, but this man decided no more watching on, took action, and it is now a triple threat for the title. Here is the bruiserweight Pete Dunne looking to make that global championship his. Dunne didn't really get what he required coming into this coming into TakeOver. I mean, yeah, he got a win over Tyler Bate on this last episode of NXT, but it was through the distraction of Mike Kanellis. However, he can take solace in the fact that Big Show and Kurt Angle lost their matches later on in the night to Tanahashi and Coren, respectively. So with that being said, does Pete Dunne have a little bit of an edge? I don't know. I mean, he's lost to both Big Show and Angle. That's his big problem. And he was the one who instigated this all. He was the one who wanted this to keep going. Has Dunne bitten off more than he could chew? I said this on NXT. Will it come true here tonight? Or will Pete Dunne look to prove that the invading force that he is going to be champion? Much how Marty Scurll will look to do the same with the World Heavyweight Championship match tomorrow night at WrestleMania. We will find out in due time, but I know we're going to get the answer for this one in just a short while. As I said, it is going to be chaotic. I think it is going to take a lot of moves to put these men down for good. Pete Dunne wants this to be his time. He wants this match here at TakeOver to be his awakening. He wants it to be the place where everyone knows what the name Pete Dunne means, and everyone starts to fear it, because he will be NXT Global Champion. And as Dunne waits in the ring callously, and almost amped up as well, because we're all waiting for the champion. And here he comes towards the ring, looking to defend his NXT Global Championship once more. Kurt Angle has foreseen some great matches defending that belt and looks to have another great one here tonight at TakeOver. 2 out of 3 falls submission match with Bret Hart to TakeOver Toronto. And defenses against Pete Dunne, Tyler Bate and more. Since winning that Global Championship in September, Kurt Angle has been almost the epiphany for what you look for in a fighting champion. And he looks to continue that going here tonight. Of course, the biggest issue for Angle heading into this has to be the fact that he doesn't have to be pinned to lose his title. Show could pin Dunne or vice versa, or he can be pinned to lose that title. It is tough for Kurt Angle. No champion's advantage for him to rely on. Much the same as the man in the main event, to be fair, but Kurt Angle will go out swinging. Kurt Angle will go out with everything he's got, as will Big Show and Pete Dunne, make no mistake about it. It's just all about who can give more, who has got more to throw out. Well, that answer is about to be delivered to us in moments. That is the belt they are fighting for. That is the belt that only one of them will get to hold. And they all look at each other. They're all eyeing up one another. Who's gonna go after who first? We will find out right about now, because the bell rings and this one's underway. And Pete Dunne quickly gets himself the hell out of there. Dunne, it seems, does not want to go swinging right from the off. He wants to let Big Show pick up where he left off at TakeOver San Antonio. Dunne will slowly slide himself in there. I think he's trying to hope that Big Show hasn't seen him. As Big Show gets back up to his feet there, big boot there by Dunne, and he starts going after the world's largest athlete now. He was hoping to try and sneak around Big Show, and look at how well that worked out of it for him. Full Nelson slam. And, I said Big Show may have lost to Tanahashi and Kurt Angle may have lost to Coren, but Big Show's match with Tanahashi was very competitive. And at some stages, it almost looked like he had the man beat as well. And right now, Big Show is taking full control of this triple threat. Angle sent to the outside by this man. Pete Dunne, though, not going to be the same. He keeps on fighting here. Giving up a lot of weight and a lot of height to this man and slapping him of all things. And he pays for it by being dumped there. But Kurt Angle comes rushing back in the ring. And goes right after Pete Dunne as well. Amateur wrestling slam there, and Dunne clutching his back in pain. Oh! Kurt Angle just launched himself at both men there, but Big Show didn't go down. Pete Dunne is just clutching at his back. He must have hurt it or something in that whole fiasco. Double-handed choke slam there. And Big Show moves in for an early cover. Kurt Angle, though, gives him a very early kick out. Dunne finally starting to get up to his feet. Took him a long time there. Big Show, meanwhile, having his way with Kurt Angle right now. Champion again. Sent flying and sent out of the ring. Not where Dunne wants to be at all. Alone in the ring with the Big Show. But it's where he is, and it's where he is fighting as well. Let's see what he can do here. In the turnbuckle he sends Big Show. Oh, step up enziguri by Dunne. And a bit uncharacteristic for him here. Willing to risk it all by going up high. Elbow drop down. But an early kick out. Or was that interrupted by Angle? It was one of the two. Angle's come back in the ring now. He's come back in swinging. But so too did Pete Dunne there. Both men swinging at one another. Kurt Angle, though, has Pete Dunne caught up against the fences. And it's a big-time triple Germans that are going to rein in there for Pete Dunne. And Big Show will look to take advantage right away. Gorilla press slam from that fireman's carry position. What does Big Show do now? How does he look to try and take care of Angle once again? Dunne slowly pulling himself up to his feet again there, and Angle slips out of it and takes away the leg of the Big Show, who finally, for the first time in this match, goes outside of the ring, leaving Angle and Dunne all alone to square off with one another. Pete Dunne has, aside from the start, right to the start of this matchup, has not had a chance outside of the ring here to recuperate. He's been in the ring, taking the moves from both men, and I guess, I mean, if you were the one to instigate this all and be the reason for why this is a triple threat match right now, you kind of have to take that with a pinch of salt. Forearm there to Kurt Angle. Spear, though, by the Big Show. And a cover on Pete Dunne to hopefully become champion, for Big Show is so close. Dunne kicks out at 2. And a big punch there in the face. Well, it won't ground him because Dunne will stay up. And a big bulldog there. God damn, how does Pete Dunne take all this offense and continue to fight on? I am not too sure how the Bruiserweight does it, but he is trying his best to defy the odds here. Kurt Angle, though, looking to bring him back down. Oh, into reality with that powerbomb. And Dunne finally slips out of the ring, leaving the rematch to take place. Here go Angle and Big Show. Oh, knockout punch! Knockout punch to Kurt Angle. Could that end it here? Is that a new champion? Oh, Angle kicked out. Dunne was there to try and make the save, but he would have been too late if not for Kurt Angle kicking out there. This one has been a very, very hectic confrontation. Clothesline up and over the top rope. Angle is all alone here. Pete Dunne gonna look to try and steal the situation. Pete Dunne gonna look to steal one from Big Show while he's down. Bitter end, but Big Show is in the ring already to break this one up. Pete Dunne had hoped for more time, but the world's largest athlete moved at the speed of a freight train to deny him that chance to be champion. Angle, however, is down right now and in a lot of pain. He just took a knockout punch and a bitter end. And what? Look at the strength of Pete Dunne. Torture rack powerbomb to the world's largest athlete. Covers him after it, but Big Show kicks out like it's nothing. Angle finally pulls himself up to his feet here. Countered there by Kurt Angle. Big Show on the outside. He'll need to get himself back up to his feet because this one's falling apart pretty damn quickly, I have to say. Kurt Angle now in the ring. German superplex to Pete Dunne. Goes right after the Big Show as well. Angle trying to spear himself on here, but Big Show's up to his feet, but he's teetering against the ropes. And that is smart by Kurt Angle. Goes after the leg of the Big Show, take away his vertical base, and also soften up that leg for a potential submission. Though I can only begin to guess how difficult it would be to force the Big Show to tap out. Pete Dunne crawling away in the opposite direction there, leaving these two men to it. Angle moonsault. And again, Dunne looks to try and steal one, only for Angle to counter it. Short arm clothesline though. Angle rolling out of the ring. The champion rolls outside. And Pete Dunne is taking full advantage of the situation here with the Big Show. Step up enziguri. Pete Dunne again just lies in wait like a snake, waiting for the right opportunity, like a prey, like a predator waiting to pounce on its prey. Bitter end to Big Show. 1, 2. Pete Dunne is the global champion. He didn't pin the champion, but Jesus Christ, he just hit the bitter end. onto Big Show, and the Bruiserweight has won that title in a chaotic triple threat match. Everyone took a bit of everything. Oh my goodness, what an outcome that one was. Just everything going on at once. But it ends with this sight in front of us. It ends actually with the same sight that we saw at San Antonio at the end of that Global Championship match. Pete Dunne holding the global title, only this time he is NXT Global Champion. And that means two new title changes tonight. One title has stayed the same, and it all comes down to the decider. But to be fair, this main event is not about titles changing hands or not in that regard. This main event is solely about these two men that you see right there. This main event is about Coren and Tanahashi and nothing more. These two men despise one another. One fights for the pride and honor of NXT. The other fights for the pride and honor of his own ego. These two men have waited until this very moment to tear each other apart, and now they get the go-ahead. But with one big stipulation in place. Even though DQs are in effect, should Coren choose to get himself disqualified, not only of course will he lose the match, but he will be stripped of the title, and Tanahashi will leave TakeOver Orlando as NXT Champion. These two men have traded blows back and forth for weeks now, and it has all come for this one moment. Who stands tall to close out TakeOver Orlando? Who is going to be NXT Champion? Will it be Hiroshi Tanahashi or Coren? The answer is up next. TakeOver Orlando is ready. Everyone backstage in NXT is ready. We are all ready for this big confrontation that we have been waiting for the longest time, and finally lays in front of us right now. And out comes the challenger, the ace, the man looking to return NXT to the glory days almost, the man looking to reign in an era much like Kairi Sane has done for the NXT Women's Division. Hiroshi Tanahashi wants to be the one to end Coren's reign, and he does it for the men who have fallen fighting Coren, the likes of Macho Man Randy Savage, Stone Cold Steve Austin, and especially Kazuchika Okada. We have seen it all come to a real head over these last 3 weeks. Tanahashi was the victim of an attack by Coren at first, but turned it around and laid him out in the ring with the high fly flow. Then just over a week ago, Coren and Tanahashi stood face to face. Tanahashi got under the skin of Coren, and he demanded that he spoke. Tanahashi said that his own ways would be his undoing. And Tanahashi proceeded to attack Coren, though this time he fell foul to the attack, though the use of weapons was a big change, was a big way to change things around, hence that stipulation being put in place. This past NXT, as I've already explained, Tanahashi beat Big Show, Coren beat Kurt Angle, and the show ended off with the two men staring each other down for a moment and then brawling on the top of the ramp to close off NXT. Now here at TakeOver, they meet one-on-one in this ring, and it is ready, it is prime time, and it is all about that title. And that title itself represents the brand of NXT. And as much as everyone universally hates Coren, we all unfortunately have to agree that this man is currently the representative of NXT. He is on the posters, he is on the thumbnails, he is everywhere you turn, and when you think of the name NXT right now within this universe, sadly, Coren comes to the top of that list. Here tonight, can he hold on to that title again? His first singles matchup for that belt that doesn't involve the use of weapons. As a matter of fact, I believe I said this on NXT, this might be his first TakeOver match where he's not allowed to use any weapons. Though I could be wrong in that one. But make no mistake about it, Coren wants to keep his reign going and take care of Tanahashi like he did Okada. These two men, I am surprised they are standing that close to one another with everything that has gone on. But it is all about to reach its boiling point. Who heads out of Orlando? with the NXT Championship? Is it the Ace? Is it Hiroshi Tanahashi? Is it this man to restore honor and integrity to that championship and to NXT as a whole? Or is it this man who cares not for rules but only for himself and his own inflated ego? Is it the man who sent Okada away from NXT? Is it the man known as Coren? He is basking in his ego, basking in his confidence, and even turns his back to Tanahashi. This is happening. This is the big match here at TakeOver we've been waiting for. It's been a great night. It's been a fast-paced night. And now it comes to this. Tanahashi in one corner, Coren in the other. The bell rings, and we are underway. And immediately, Coren jumps at Tanahashi there with that leaping knee. But only for the once-in-a-century talent to counter right back at him here. And drive him down to the mat there with that suplex driver, fisherman suplex driver. It is mental to think that it was a year ago, not at this specific TakeOver, but at TakeOver, at NXT TakeOver a year ago, that Coren made his debut. Now here he stands, NXT champion, and looking to defend his title over Tanahashi. It's incredible how far NXT has come over this year for this match to be main eventing TakeOver. But it is not time to look back at the past. It is not time to reflect. It is time to focus on the match in front of us right now. Snap German suplex there by Tanahashi, and that has caught the champion off guard. Coren going outside of the ring there, taking a moment to recollect himself, collect his bearings, and Tanahashi went to fly right at him again and got nothing but that knee right in the face. Coren has waited, and now the big moves are coming out. Oh God, held him in the air before coming down with that pile driver. Tanahashi in trouble, and make no mistake about it, Coren will go after the head with everything that he has within him, soften it up as much as he can for that clock strikes 12. Even though both these men would love to put the other one away as soon as possible, we know this is going to be a long matchup. We know this isn't going to be an easy brisk in this main event. We are set for a very tough contest. Both men in their own ways. As much as I hate Coren, I have to admit it. Both men are even. Coren can be so dangerous within that ring, but Tanahashi can be so skilled as well. Up in that torture rack position now. Tanahashi punching, and a bit of a sling blade there to get himself out of it. Great bit of thinking by Tanahashi. And now he looks to keep going here on the NXT champion. He saw the chance open up in front of him, and Tanahashi will fully take advantage of it. The Ace needs to keep going here though. He can't afford to go to the crowd here. He can't afford to play up to them every so often. As much as it may get under Coren's skin, you can't afford to do it because something like that will happen. Coren will counter a move and find himself back in the driver's seat. Round we go before that fireman's carry cutter nails on him. And Coren looks to strike first and strike fast now. Oh God! Double underhook brainbuster, no way to protect yourself on the way down. Coren pins Tanahashi, but the Ace is kicking out early. And you notice though how Coren doesn't think clock strikes 12, he would rather wait it out. Tanahashi may have been expecting him to go right for that, but Coren decides no, that's not what he's going to do. He's going to do things at his own way. He's going to do things at his own pace. He's not going to let Tanahashi make him decide what to do in this matchup. Tanahashi right now is on the receiving end of a beatdown, to be fair, by the NXT champion. Maybe I spoke too soon because there's the counter now by the Ace. Coren a little dazed. Tanahashi, Snapdragon suplex. Didn't go for the cover because he knew Coren would be in the ropes. That is smart by Tanahashi. Instead of wasting time with a pin, just go right, just keep going to work. The ace slams him down there, but Tanahashi knows he's too close to the corner to think about high fly flow. Tanahashi will look for a cover even on the champion. And after all that he's done, that's the receipt that he gets on 1 count. Coren with a hard elbow in the face there to Tanahashi. Oh my goodness, just threw him over his head there. Couldn't even call that a German suplex, just threw him over. And now, camel clutch applied here by Coren. Wearing down Tanahashi, wearing down the neck, the back. Taking away what Tanahashi needs for the high fly flow and what Coren wants for that clock strikes 12. But look at this by Tanahashi, his fight back right there. Dragon screw. I've never seen a man hit that move more lethal than Tanahashi. In position goes Tanahashi again with a Stars Clash. And he rolls over here into a cover. Coren's hand, though, was underneath the ropes. Can't argue with the referee on that call. Surprised Tanahashi hasn't gone up high yet. Been no idea from Tanahashi to think high fly flow. And right now, he's just staring at the champion who's on the mat. Rolls out of the way, though, does Coren, but he eats a right there from Tanahashi in response. Oh, good counter there by the champion. And comes flying in with that neck breaker there. Both men have tried to get the upper hand on the other, but they are struggling, it has to be said. It's been a theme for this night, really. On a lot of occasions, it has not been a dominant matchup. It has been very much back and forth. Both sides have struggled to gain an advantage over the other. Coren has kept true to his word so far and has managed to not use a weapon. Not really true to the word, but true to really what the stipulation put in place for him. Spinning heel kick now, but Tanahashi able to counter there. Drop toe hold, uses Coren's momentum against him. This is a perfect opportunity with where Coren is set up to go for it. But Tanahashi isn't thinking high fly flow. I think he might be waiting it out if that's the case. Or not! Sling blade by Tanahashi! Come on, man. He is right in front of you. He is prone. He is prime. He is weak. And Tanahashi knows it. He feels it. He's going to fly. High fly flow is countered by Coren. God damn it. Coren moved out of the way at the last possible moment. And oh, God. Returns to doing damage to the back there of the ace. I'll give him credit. It was a great evasion at the last moment, but I wanted to see the high fly flow come down on him. Drills him into the mat there with whatever that move is, that convoluted move. But unlike Tanahashi earlier. Oh, never mind my point. Clock strikes 12. A move that has won him so many matches. The move that won him this title. Did it just retain it for him here at TakeOver? Referee in for the count. There's 2. There's a kick out by Tanahashi. And Coren does not look happy about that. Deadlift gut wrench powerbomb now, and now he's trying to get under Tanahashi's skin, yelling at him. Wondering why he can't get up to his feet, and now soaking in the reception from this surprisingly hostile Orlando crowd. Coren brings Tanahashi up onto his shoulders again. Is he thinking fireman's carry once more? Into that cutter. The answer is yes, of course. What more does Coren do here to Tanahashi now? God, we need to see something from Tanahashi here, because this is getting a bit much. Wheelbarrow neck breaker there. Cover after it by Coren, hoping it's enough to retain the title, and Tanahashi is still kicking at it too. But that's all he's done as of late, is kick at it too. Tanahashi finally with some fight back there. Let's see what the ace can do right now. Sunset flip, moves over, happy to win the title this way. Coren not willing to give it up this way though. Oh, Tanahashi looking for the clover hold. Looking for the clover hold, and he's got it locked in here. Oh my god, imagine the scenes if Coren tapped out. He had to lose his title. Do it, Tanahashi, please. Please make him tap. Coren's crawling, trying to make it to the ropes. It's like he knows he can't escape from this hold, but Tanahashi couldn't stop him from making it to the ropes either. No matter how much he tried, Coren was just too much for him, and Coren somehow fights back there. But his back has to be screaming in agony. He's gone outside of the ring, pacing himself around here, and Coren is looking to that apron. But he had to stop himself at the last moment. He wanted. You can tell he's feeling weakened. The fact that he was contemplating risking his title away there just to beat up Tanahashi shows that he feels weakened when he's in the ring with the ace. He does not feel as if he's on the same level as Tanahashi. Went to punch him there, didn't get it. Crossbody variation of the high fly flow by Tanahashi. Late into the cover though, I would say, and that's exactly why Coren kicked out as early as he did. Drop kick in the back now by Tanahashi, but what more can both men do here? They have got to a lot of moves already, but Tanahashi with another sling blade. One move he certainly hasn't gone through, thanks to Coren countering it. Could be on its way up next. What a dragon screw by Tanahashi, and this time Coren hopefully won't be able to deny us what we want to see. But Tanahashi can't get himself up to the top rope. Feels the fatigue and couldn't go for that high fly flow. Has to ground Coren back down with that neck breaker. And has to think up something else here quickly, which allows Coren back into this matchup. God damn it, this is turning into a very strong mind game kind of matchup for both men here. And in some ways that's interesting because both men do excel at the mind games. What is Coren going to do here now with Tanahashi? Just throws him over his head. Again, the back of Tanahashi feels the pain of that. Coren just swinging at him now. It's almost like he's saying, fight back, go on, I dare you. As he just kicks away at the ace now. Grounds him back down, and Coren soaks in his ego and confidence. But Tanahashi still fighting back. Forearm there to the champion. Russian leg sweep. Tanahashi's in position, man. Go for it. Or maybe all the beatdown that Coren did on the back of Tanahashi has resulted in it being enough to deny the high fly flow. Almost coming up on 15 minutes into this matchup, but Tanahashi is finally going to look to hit it, and will he? High fly flow! 1, 2, oh, Coren kicked out. Tanahashi wanted that to be 3, as did the rest of us. From the second rope now, but I don't know how he counted out of that, but somehow Coren did. I don't know if that was instinct or not guiding him through that one, but he's still going here. So too, though, is Tanahashi. Across the ropes there with that guillotine leg drop. And Tanahashi feeling some kind of second wind within him. The Orlando crowd willing him on. We all want to see Tanahashi as the NXT champion. He was thinking sling blade maybe, but I think he had to stop himself at the last second, tried to switch to something different, and that allowed Coren right back in this one. Big boot in the face though for your troubles, and a back suplex to bring you down to the mat. This has been, and I'm comparing this to Okada, this has been Coren's toughest match yet, because in no moment of this match has he truly dominated. In no moment of this match has he truly been on top of his opponent. In the matches with Okada, he was able to do that because the weapons were involved. You take the weapons away from Coren and he's weakened. He's not able to do what he wants to do. Tanahashi has his number right now, and we could be nearing the end of Coren's reign as champion. Backdrop to counter it though, as this match is about to treak into 15 minutes now of these two just swinging at one another and hoping something sticks. Coren. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no, no, no. I thought he was going to risk it with some kind of dive. No, he's taking a page out of Kevin Owens' book. And there's no surprise. Apron powerbomb. God, it looks like Tanahashi hit the steps as well. Oh, good God. Just what we didn't want to see. But Coren struck with it. Coren had to break out some kind of move that twisted the rules in some fashion, and that was the one that he struck with. Tanahashi now. Tanahashi's up to his feet. Tanahashi's fighting. Sling blade. Come on. Go to that top rope. Hit the high fly flow. Win this title, Tanahashi. I cannot believe that that was the case. Truthfully thought that that would be somewhere that led to the beginning of the end. But it ain't the case. Tanahashi is still fighting on here. Coren going back to his strikes. Looking for a choke slam this late in the match, and Tanahashi counters. And Tanahashi is going to go for it. To the other side of the ring he goes. High fly flow. Is this the one to win him the title? No, Coren kicks out again. Again, this man kicks out. And again, he fights back right away. I don't even know how he does it. I don't even know how anyone could do it after this match. But he just did. And this one is still going. Good God, this is so competitive. It feels like both men have exhausted everything in their arsenal to be champion. And it's just all about whoever hits that next big move is going to win. And I don't even know how Coren's able to do that after this whole match. He is trying. He is trying his very best to overcome Tanahashi here. I stand by my point. This has been his toughest match thus far for Coren. And the thought of a rematch down the line if Tanahashi loses. Well, I think a rematch either way is certainly on the cards. After this incredible match here at TakeOver. Both men doing anything to win. Coren brings in Tanahashi though. Double underhook brainbuster. And the ace could be in trouble all of a sudden. Coren calls it in position. Tanahashi still fights, however. What a drop kick into the knee there. And again, Tanahashi goes for a cover here on the champion, but he kicks out right away. Look at the back there with that drop kick. Tanahashi trying to keep the champ at bay, trying to stop him from hitting his move, but goes after the arm there of Tanahashi. Brought him down into the mat and give him the opening he needs. Clock strikes 12. And that could be enough to end it. But it won't be, because this is Coren. One is never the answer. But Tanahashi denies it. Oh, but only for a moment. He swung back round. Coren, does he have it in him to go for it? Yes, he does. Another clock strikes 12. Tanahashi was fighting until his very last move. 1, 2, 3. It took everything this man had. It took 3 of his finishers. But Coren has retained again in his toughest match as champion. And I believe his toughest match in this universe. To cap off 1 year since he made his debut, he has to wrestle the toughest match he has ever had to wrestle. He had to fight Tanahashi, and it was a fight. It was a fight for survival. It was a fight where neither man wanted to give in, and neither man could afford to give in. But somehow, some way, without the use of weapons, without any underhanded tactics for the most part, Coren is still the NXT champion. He is still the poster child of NXT. I guess some things can't always go your way, but what a main event that one was. What a match that one was. And think about it. After a performance like that, with Tanahashi fighting until his very, he was fighting until the last moment. There's a chance we could be on for round 2 between these guys. And I'm not saying no. But we'll see what happens at a later date. What a takeover this has been. May even be the best one yet. I don't know. A highly entertaining night. High octane all over the place. Incredible matches. But the story remains the same to close it out. Coren, NXT champion. We will see you tomorrow night for WrestleMania. But until then, take care, guys. And ta-ra.